I'm gonna draw the posterior surface of and the borders of radius and ulna. So let me start with the ulna here. At this point, if I ask you where is positioned the ulna, medially or laterally? I believe that at this point, if you are watching the videos, you should be able to answer this question. Okay, so here we have the, put a bit higher. Here we have the radius. Okay, radius and ulna. So this one here, this bit here is representing the uppermost part of the posterior border of the ulna. Then we have this part here representing the triangular area of for the anconeus muscle. Here we have the oblique line on the upper part of the posterior surface of the ulna, and we have this dot line here, which is a vertical ridge on the middle part of the posterior surface of also of the ulna. Here we have the posterior surface of the ulna. Okay, don't forget that this one I marked it here by mistake, but okay, this one here is actually the triangular area for the anconeus. Here on this side we have the upper oblique part of the posterior border of radius. This line here is representing the middle part of the posterior border of radius, and we have the posterior surface of radius here. So this is the radius and the ulna when viewed from the back. Now, if I draw here, if I zoom, let's say, I'm gonna zoom this area here. Okay. In this area, this area is actually representing the, here we have the ulnar tuberosity. Here we have the uppermost part of the anterior border of the ulna. This one here. Hey, hi Harry. Hi Imogen. How you doing, guys? Welcome. Okay, this part here is the medial surface of the ulna, and this bit here is the anterior surface of ulna. So this bit here is basically the ulna. Okay, the ulna. Let me draw the radius. Where are you from, guys? If you are still here with me. Are you still here, guys? Well, this one is the head of radius, and here we have the neck of the radius, and this bit here is the rough posterior part of the radiotuberosity, and we have a smooth anterior part of the radiotuberosity. Okay, this is actually the anterior view of these two bones that together with the humerus will form the elbow joint. And this articulation here is more the proximal articulation, okay? And we have the distal one. The distal one, if I get this image into probably this here. And then if I do the same here, this part here is the radius, okay? This is the styloid process of the radius. And here we have this part here is, let's say this part here. This is the styloid process of the ulna. And then we have the inferior radioulnar joint here. And we are supposed to have a disc here, which I'm going to represent with in this way. Thank you for the likes, guys. Thank you for the likes. It helps a lot. Okay. Now, this is actually when you see from the anterior view. Now, let's say if you see the joint from the inferior view, which means you are seeing this part here from this way. So we need to represent we can represent like this. I made a bit bigger than the other one, but it's fine. Okay, so here we have the styloid process of the radius. This area here is the triangular area for the articulation with the scaphoid bone. And this one here is the quadrangular area for articulation with the lunate bone. More towards this way here. This all areas of articulation, okay? This one here is for the head of ulna. It's actually the head of ulna. And then we have the styloid process of the ulna. Okay, so if I write maybe R U, okay, radius ulna. Hi Victoria, how are you doing? Now I'm gonna draw the back of this area here. So which I'm going to, how should I put this? I'm gonna put AV, and I'm gonna draw PV. How are you doing, Victoria? Okay. Again, radius, ulna. This bit here is the styloid process of the ulna. The radius. This one is the styloid process of the ulna. Then we have this here. This area here is the dorsal tubercle of radius. You can also feel this when you touch over the skin. And then we have the groove for the tendon of extensor pollicis longus, which I'm going to make a bit darker, okay, because it's a groove. And here we have the head of ulna. We have this also groove for the tendon of extensor carpi ulnaris and the styloid process of the ulna. Okay, styloid process of the ulna. Now, I'm gonna try this part. I actually would like to continue tomorrow, where I'm gonna basically use my tablet to represent the origin and insertion of some muscles, and but basically this is the topic that I wanted to cover this evening. Radius, ulna, proximal aspect of both bones, distal aspect with the posterior one here as well, anterior and posterior, and the inferior view. Guys, thanks so much for your support, and tomorrow I'm gonna come back again, and then I intend to make a long live tomorrow, a long streaming, so let's see what's gonna happen. But I count with you if you are free and would like to join me. I will probably start at 1 or maybe 3 p.m. UK time. Right now is 8 p.m. Okay, I live in the UK, so right now is 8 p.m. and I intend to stream at 3 p.m. So enjoy the rest of your evening. You have a good rest, and then I catch you soon later.